you again.
Yes.
Thanks for coming back in. Hi, Karen.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
So, we have a lot to talk about today. You've tried the hearing aids for a couple weeks, and I want to hear all about it. As we discussed as well at the last appointment, the hearing aids collected some data that we're going to look at as well.
Okay.
And I'm happy to see that you made some ratings on your smartphone, so that's really great. I've been following along, and as I told you last day, the hearing aids themselves have collected a lot of data. So we have a lot of things to look at today, both what you have to say and what the hearing aids can tell us. So tell me about it, first of all. From your perspective, how did things go?
Well, I think I struggled, but I think it's because it was new.
Yes, you made a few comments about it not staying in place,
Right,
falling out a little bit.
right.
Overall, how did you find the experience?
Overall, good. Had a little, like, putting them in at first.
Right.
And I think that's more practice. One of the comments I sent back to you is about the size of these with my glasses.
Right.
I found that awkward at times, but overall, after you have them on for a while, it's almost like they disappear. You don't feel like you have them on.
So they're nice and comfortable then, the fit is good,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I would probably prefer
just a little smaller.
smaller, but overall, yeah, they're like I say, they feel pretty good.
So what we're seeing here is the collected data from the hearing aid. So
Okay.
this tells me the types of situations that you spend time in. We have 4 types of conversation environments that we look at, everything from quiet through the small groups and then into some noisier places. We also look at non-conversation environments and we look at music as well. Okay, so lots of different types of situations, and these blue bars represent how much time you are spending in those different environments.
Okay.
Okay, so for example, you spend almost a third of your time in conversation in small group. Completely quiet conversation, just one-on-one, kind of like we're having right now, that didn't make up a very big piece of the pie, but small groups, crowds, noise, that was the bulk of your time, definitely. And you're spending about 30% of your time in those 2 most challenging environments. So that would be like the bowling and the team dinner after baseball.
Right.
How did those situations go?
It was better. The background noise last night was better. It was better than it had been before. One time I was on the phone, I was outside, I came in the house, and Mike was making a smoothie, and the machine he was making it on was so loud, and I went, wow, that was crazy. So I thought, wow, have I missed that before? Is this new?
And the really great thing about hearing aids today is that they are basically they are little computers. So there's so many adjustments that we can make. So if you find something like in the telephone program, it's not quite loud enough, or maybe the background noise is too loud, we can make those kind of adjustments to the hearing
that
aid.
would be great.
While you go home and try it for another week, I'm going to send this book home with you, and I just want to jot a few things down for you. What this basically is just a little bit more information about your options.
Okay.
So we're going to go through this a little bit, but on this first page here, I'm going to fill in your data. And the reason these numbers are so important, just for your reference, is if you do decide to go forward with the hearing aids, we're going to use this information to help decide on a technology level. This page here kind of explains a little bit about the different technology levels and what they're most suited for.
And these are the different types of hearing aids?
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah. So the different technology levels just give you more and more features to deal particularly with these types of background noise.
Right.
And for you, these 2 situations make up about a third of your time, about 30%.
Wish you could do that with more things, where you could try it out for a longer period and then decide.
Yeah.
So it's been good, and I think this whole thing has been a good experience.
Well, great. I'm glad to hear that, and that's what this is all about. It's very important to be involved in your healthcare from a very early stage, and particularly with hearing healthcare, what you just said is something that we see all the time, where people wait until it's really bad before they want to do something about it. And to be honest, that's not a good approach for anybody, because the longer you wait, the harder it is to adapt.
Yeah.
So you found after even 2 weeks that a lot of situations are sounding very normal and natural. If you had waited another 10 years to try this, that wouldn't be the case. That adaptation period would be much, 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 much longer.
Okay.
So we're happy to see people getting the experiences earlier. From here, what we're going to do is have a little chat about some of the options. What you tried for these last 2 weeks, we gave you all of the features to experience, and the data now can help us kind of narrow down which features you're using the most,
Okay.
and as well as your experiences as well in different environments. 36%, that's the amount of time that you spend in the most challenging listening environments, which would be conversation in a crowd and conversation in noise.
Right.
I think we can all agree that when there's a background noise and you're trying to have a conversation, that's where everybody struggles the most. That's the most challenging. So when we talk about different hearing aids, they come in different levels of technology, and really this is geared towards your lifestyle. So for example, conversation and quiet. That's a pretty easy situation, kind of like this right now. Really, any hearing aid is going to do a really good job helping you hear in conversation and quiet. Now, when it comes to conversation and noise and conversation and crowd, that's where the higher levels of technology really shine. So in terms of technology, the technology can go in any style. So we'll discuss style. That's kind of the secondary consideration.
Technology advances, it gets better.
We do actually have an upgrade feature built into our hearing aids, but it would be within the same sort of platform, we'll call it. For a pair of hearing aids at the top of the line level, we're looking at about $6,000, and that includes all of the servicing and everything as well. If you go down one step, we'll be looking at about $4,400. And again, this includes all of the servicing. You can come see me as often as you need to throughout the entire life of the hearing aid. There's warranties included in that as well. Now there is another option as well. If that price seems a little bit out of your range, we can do a more unbundled approach where we can have a smaller upfront cost, but then you would pay per visit. Are you leaning more towards this level, or do you want to stick with the top of the line? What's your feeling?
So, is there a difference in price on the size? Is the size, so it's the
the
actual technology
that-
that's in. I like the option that I could easily come back and dial it up.
Exactly, and that's the goal here. You have all the information, you'll make the decision as you go along. But this is still a really fantastic technology level. A lot of my patients end up purchasing this level and they're very, very happy with it. The next decision will relate to the hearing aids themselves. So oftentimes people like to match their hair color or their glasses frames. I know you're concerned about other people seeing them, so we could go that route if
Well, this is the toughest part, isn't it?
and we could go with something like the Pewter Shine, because that would match your glasses and that would match your hair.
Yeah.
So that might blend in really nicely.
Yeah, that's probably the best selection.
Okay, and you want to see it?
And that's almost, is that pretty well similar to what I have?
Yeah, what you have on is the plain
This one,
silver.
yeah.
So the difference here would be the underside is this darker gray.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I just thought it might match your glasses a little bit better. What I'm going to do then is order the hearing aids for you.
Okay.
You can keep wearing the FlexTrial devices until they come in, so we don't
Okay,
have to
awesome.
interrupt that service.
Okay.
So I'm just going to disconnect you from the software. If something else comes up that you want to leave feedback on,
Okay.
still please do. I mean, this is an ongoing process where we can make more changes when the real hearing aids come in. So
Well, I didn't give you a lot, so that was, so, and it was only, the only ones I gave you were negative, which is probably the ones you noticed the most. And I guess sometimes no news is good news, so it worked out well.
sometimes, yeah.
All right.
So
all
don't
right.
feel like you have to do it, but if you have
Okay.
something you want to share, then please do.
And how long will it take for the ones, the order to come in?
Only a couple days. I'll
Oh.
book you back in a week just to be safe.
Oh, perfect.
So, and if you need more batteries in the meantime, I can give you those to last you till you come back.
No, I'm good. Okay.
great.
All right.
So
Thank you, Jennifer.
you can take this with
Okay.
you. So it's some good information in there about what we're ordering for you, and we'll go
Okay.
from there.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks so much, Mike.